Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Star Bazaar and to another Battlefront 2 news update. Anakin Skywalker is almost here. We are just 2 days away from the Chosen One update, which will introduce him into the game as a new light side hero. The community transmission, which has all the details on the update, has been confirmed to drop tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Pacific time, so if you're looking for great coverage on that, definitely tune back into the Star Bazaar around that time for the scoop. For today's video though, we have some information on Anakin himself that wasn't outlined in the last CT, which was dedicated just to him as a hero. It's a shorter one today, but the info is pretty cool. Let's check it out. So Anakin has been confirmed to have a fourth ability, which is really cool in its own right, but that does bring into question how it will be activated. There are a few hero starfighters in the game right now, namely Poe, Iden, and Tali, who also have a fourth ability that can be activated with triangle, Y, or the 2 key, depending on your platform. So the reasonable answer would be that button for Anakin's fourth ability as well. Jay has confirmed out on Twitter this will be the case. Retribution will be activated using triangle, Y, or 2, but since Anakin is a lightsaber hero, this makes you wonder how he will turn his lightsaber on and off, since those are the buttons for that command. Jay answers this too, saying Anakin specifically will toggle his lightsaber with square, X, and the G key, so yes, he will still be able to activate and deactivate his saber at will. Just be careful muscle memory doesn't take over and you activate Retribution by mistake. It could take some getting used to. On the topic of Retribution, Jay goes on to elaborate a bit on that ability and Heroic Might too. When asked how long Heroic Might's charge time will be, he responded saying that it isn't linear. It charges faster the more that you're involved in battle. He says the average player can use it at least once in Galactic Assault, while some better players could probably pull it off 2 or 3 times. So this makes me think that the ability has a pretty long cooldown, which makes sense for an ability with 400 damage potential. That's pretty nuts. When he says it charges faster the more you're involved in battle, he's talking about the damage you would otherwise take when charging it. Anakin has to stand in place to use this ability, so he's going to be a very easy target while charging. He'll definitely be getting shot, so to counter this, he has a 90% damage reduction while the charging is going on. That damage he takes then goes into increasing the ability's radius and damage output. So it's a bit of a risky move, but if you can pull it off in a crowd, I can see huge multi-kill potential from this one ability. Retribution will apparently also work in a similar way, where it charges faster based on the damage Anakin takes while charging. So it's a bit of an interesting balance, and this is what I take away from all of that. In order for Anakin to unleash his maximum potential, he has to get hurt. He has to take damage, otherwise his abilities are actually pretty average. His base lightsaber damage, though, is nothing to joke around with, and easily outclasses everyone else, so that should probably be your primary weapon regardless. For our last little bit on the Chosen One, we have some information on Anakin's additional appearance coming in the update, which his CT confirmed to be the Jedi robes look from Revenge of the Sith. He wore those robes in a lot of scenes though, and he wore them differently throughout the movie, having the hood down when he was Anakin and having it up as Vader. The CT didn't specify which it would be, but Jay tells us it will be his robes with the hood down. He only ever had it down while he was on the light side, so no dark side look for Anakin.
What?
But that's what we have Vader for, right? Our last bit of news today is a cool visual change coming to Yoda's Unleash ability in the Chosen One update. Just like in Episode 2, when Yoda faced off against Dooku on Geonosis, if Yoda absorbs Dooku's lightning stun, then unleashes it back out, Yoda will now actually unleash the lightning itself. This sounds really cool honestly, and I'm sure it's just a visual change without changing the ability's function. No word on if this happens with Palpatine, but I would honestly doubt it since that didn't happen in the movies. Palpatine's lightning was on another level compared to Dooku's, so it was probably all Yoda could do just to absorb it. It works a little differently in Battlefront 2, but we'll see if it works with Palpatine or not in 2 days' time. And that is going to wrap up this Battlefront 2 news update. The Chosen One is here in just 2 days, but the transmission with all the details is arriving tomorrow, so be sure to tune back into the Bazaar for the full coverage. If you liked today's video, you know what to do with that thumbs up button, and I hope you consider subscribing if you're new. Thanks for stopping by the Bazaar. This has been your boy, Turkish Delight, and I will see you all out on the battlefront. Peace.